Hello everyone, welcome to the Windsor Express post-game recap brought to you by PI Data Management. Make sure to visit PI Data for all of your pidata.ca for all of your computer needs. I'm joined by Windsor Express assistant coach Jerry Brumpton. Coach, you've been involved in the Windsor community basketball community for over 50 years now. You've coached from the littlest and now professional basketball. What's the ride been for you?
Oh, it's been an awesome ride. The years that I had at WD Low were fantastic, and we won 15 city championships in the heyday of high school basketball, I think, here in Windsor. And now I have an opportunity to work with some young men who have been to university, done a great job at university, and now are doing a great job representing Windsor. I think we have a very fine product here, basketball product, and I'd just like to see more Windsorites out here at the ball game.
Now, like you said, you won 15 city championships as a coach. Do you believe that Windsor is a hotbed for basketball and that it's underrated?
Well, it was a hotbed, no question about it. But I think what happened was all of a sudden we had the Spitfires in the new building and they win back-to-back championships, and all of a sudden we become a hockey town when we were a basketball town. And I just hope that we can move back in that direction. I know that the young lady who's coaching the University of Windsor is doing a great job. They've won almost, 3 or 4 championships in a row now. They're just an outstanding team, and I know they have their crowd, but I'd like to start seeing a bigger crowd here to see these guys in the playoffs.
I couldn't agree with you more. Now, you've been involved with this team since its inaugural season. What's the ride been like just being a part of this organization now that you've clinched first place and are heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Last year it was difficult because we moved a lot of people through on the team. Players would come, players would go. It was hard finally getting the answer, but I think we've got the answer this year. I really do. And there's no team that we can't beat in this league, and I truly believe that we're going to be the champs.
I would like to agree with you for sure. We can't wait for the playoffs to start. Now, you're either going to play the Ottawa SkyHawks, who you dismantled tonight, or the Mississauga Power. Is there any, between those two teams, is there any player that you're kind of scared of?
Not really, because we've had good success against Mississauga. We've had very good success against Ottawa. So I don't see where there's a player. I think that guard for Ottawa is an excellent player. Crouch is his name, I think. He's a superstar, but we don't fear anybody anymore.
Now, 29-win season. Guys clinched first place 3 games ago. Are you guys just happy that you didn't get anyone injured in this 3-game stretch?
That's been the big part of it. I know the two road trips where they were on the road to Ottawa, and then they came back to Brampton, and they lost those 2 games. But the coach was trying to protect some of our players and give them a little bit of rest, especially some of the guys who have been playing almost 48 minutes a game. So you have to give them a little bit of a rest, and you have to take care of them. You have to be very careful that we don't want any serious injuries.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Coach, thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you've done in the Windsor basketball community. It's been a real treat talking to you and being involved with you in this game of basketball. I really appreciate it.
I really enjoyed this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's Coach Jerry Brumpton of the Windsor Express. The Express are #1 in the National Basketball League of Canada. A record of 29-11 says everything for itself. They defeated the Ottawa SkyHawks, a potential first-round playoff team, by 20 points tonight. And I'm about to be joined by Eric Parker. Eric, would you like to join me, please? Eric Parker had a highlight reel dunk in the 4th quarter for the Windsor Express. He's a Wayne State guy, a local guy, and a basketball guy. Eric, thank you for joining us in the post-game recap. First things first, that was one heck of a dunk off the missed jumper. Can you tell us about what happened there?
Basically, I just followed the ball to the basket and went to go jump after it. So it was just like kind of an instinct type thing. When I saw it come off, I knew that was the only, direction that I could, catch it from. And I just rewind the clock a little bit and caught it and was able to put it back through.
Did the basketball do something to you? It seemed like you were really angry at the basketball when you dunked it. You just put it down with authority.
No, I mean, I just get really focused into, like the game. As far as defensively, that's where I go after first and then let everything else, happen. But on that, it kind of, I like to kind of have a mentality of, like I've done it before versus, the excited, oh yeah, I dunked it. But, that's all, man. So.
Now, you're an inside player, but you also have a nice jump shot that I've noticed over the last season. That you've really worked on that, and you've really added that to your game. Is that something that you pride yourself on, being a good outside shooter for such a big guy?
Truthfully, that was the first thing I learned how to do playing basketball. I've always been a jump shooter versus inside. I learned the inside part second after shooting. It's just that with this team, they just want me closer to the basket. But once you notice that I can knock down this shot, it was a little bit more open range for me to, shoot it. Just couldn't hit a lot of them today, but, everybody else chipped in, so we all had a part in this win. So
now, finished the regular season 29-11, the first overall seed in the league. How does it feel being the first overall seed, heading into the playoffs, and being the team to beat so far?
By having that #1 seed, it gives us, real good confidence that we're always going to start each series off at home. So it gives us a chance to, have home court advantage, get the first 2 games. And when you can get the first 2 games in any series, whether it's the best of 3, best of 7, or best of 5, I should say, or best of 7, it's always an advantage. So, it feels good to have, 2 at home.
Is it a relief to finally finish the regular season and head into the playoffs now, where it all matters?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's always good to head in and have the momentum going into the playoffs. We get a few days off, and we're just looking forward to playing and everything. So
now, you're from Detroit. You went to Wayne State. You're pretty close to Windsor. In your opinion, is Windsor an underrated city for basketball in this country?
Most of the players that I played against that were from Canada, from the Toronto, Montreal area, there was, as I remember when I was in college quite a while ago, but there was 5 guys who were from like Montreal, and they played at Northern Michigan. But from what I see, I would say Windsor is an underrated place where guys don't get noticed to play, because I have played with guys who have been here in Windsor, and I've also played with guys in the States who have came to Windsor and play, and they think the competition is pretty good. And we've got RJ on our team, and he can play, so it's like I do think it's underrated though.
Now, RJ had a tough season, had a bunch of injuries. Is it good to see him finally contributing on the team after he's had such a hard season with injuries?
Of course it is. We always, you always want to get in guys who work hard, and they make their contributions every day in practice. He gets in his shots in practice, and that's why he was able to hit them when he come out here. I mean, for a guy who, doesn't get a lot of playing time and goes in basically when he's cold, and to be able to hit basically almost anywhere between 25 and 27 footers, that's impressive. But that's what he does. He's a long-range shooter. So. I do, congratulate him. I am glad to see him get out on the court, no matter how much time it is, no matter what the situation is. So.
Well, thank you very much, Eric, for this wonderful interview. Get some rest, stay healthy, and we'll see you on Tuesday night for the opening game of the 2014 NBLC playoffs. And best of luck down the stretch. Rest up and get some good food in you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yep, no problem.
Take care. I'm going to try and get Papa Oppong now. Thank you. Papa, can I speak? Down here. And the fans, yes. These are your students. These are. Hi, ladies. We're on live stream here. This is the Windsor Express post-game recap. I'm Brett Hedges, and of course, this is, what do you call him, Mr. Oppong?
Yes.
Mr. O?
No, Mr. Oppong.
Mr. Oppong. Pardon me? What'd you say?
Behind his back, we called him Papa.
Papa? Just behind her back. What are your comments about that?
I mean, the first day I went in class, they were all on Google looking my name, so they found out pretty early.
Oh, Mr. Oppong, or Papa as you call him behind his back, was the first ever player guest on our recap show. What's it like having a professional athlete as a teacher?
It was pretty cool.
What's your name, pardon me?
I'm Hannah.
Hannah from St. Rose. It was pretty cool having Papa as a teacher?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? Is there anything funny that he did in class?
Well, he taught us a lesson on drugs.
My goodness.
Swag.
He showed you how to have swag. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, for a Muskoka dance, we had to have swag, and he was like giving us instructions on how to do that.
Did he teach you how to Dougie?
Yes.
My good, the dirt is coming out on Papa Oppong tonight. Papa, in all seriousness, the regular season is over now and it's playoff time. How does it feel?
Feels good. You know, we accomplished something really great this year, finishing first. This year was really big. And now it's a whole new season right now. So playoffs is really important. That we need to do well in the playoffs and get this championship for Windsor.
Now, you finished the regular season first, but you also escaped the regular season without any major injuries. Is that just as important heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, injuries can kill a team in any aspect, you know, and we're fortunate that we didn't have any major injuries this year, and hopefully we don't have none in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, photo. I'm sorry. Papa, thank you so much. And just for you're all fans here, I want to get your name, your school, and your favorite Windsor Express player. For the camera up here.
Samantha from St. Rose. And my favorite player is Papa Oppong.
Oh, imagine that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Your name?
Hannah from St. Rose, and my favorite player is Papa Oppong.
2 for 2?
Yeah.
Number 3?
Quinn from St. Rose, Papa Oppong.
And?
Amelia from St. Rose and Papa Oppong and Kevin Loisel.
And Kevin Loisel. We got a 2 for there. And of course, just
I'm Hannah from St. Rose, and Papa Oppong's my favorite player.
Who's your favorite player? Young man, who's your favorite player and where are you from? What's your school? Here, look up here.
St. Rose.
You went to St. Rose, and who's your favorite Express player? You got a whole bunch of autographs here. Here. Face this towards the camera so they can see. This young man has got a whole bunch of autographs in the Windsor Express. Was it fun getting Express autographs?
Yes.
Do you love watching the Windsor Express play?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you excited for the playoffs?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, I guess I scared him away. Ladies, thank you for being part of this. You've been watching a very colorful edition of the post-game recap with Brett Hedges. We look forward to broadcasting with you on Tuesday night after the Windsor Express first home game of the 2014 playoffs. Until then, this is Brett Hedges saying good night and see you soon.